time I'm showing anyone this, there it is. Bum, 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 bum. This video will change how you watch the UFC. Do you have a girlfriend that nags you because you're watching the fights? Do you have casual friends that really don't know what the heck's going on, only watch when Conor McGregor fights? Guys and gals, do you have any friends that are just hardcore? Are you a hardcore fan? This is for every single combat sports fan out there. This is to enhance the UFC experience, and it's completely free. I'm not selling anything in this video. I'm just happy and proud to tell you guys about the Goat Milk Pick'em Challenge. Dun, 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 dun. This website is free. It's MMA-Holes.tv. Go on over to MMA-Holes.tv and join right now. There's a link in the comments section. We're going to have it pinned. And you can do this for free, completely free, no strings attached. If you want to watch the UFC and enhance your experience with the UFC, this is the place to do it. Now, why did we make this? When we started our YouTube channel, we wanted to make it fully interactive, and we were the first to do it. In the MMA world, no one was doing this. There was a JRE Fight Companion. They were talking to each other about elk and hunting and whatever the heck they were talking about, barely talking about the fights, whereas we tell you exactly what's going on. We read the live chat. We got live alerts going on, songs, and all fun stuff. We've been doing it for 8 years. But with this website, we're starting something brand spanking new that no one really is doing once again. MMA-Holes.tv is a website where you can make your predictions for the UFC fights. There used to be a UFC Pick'em League on the UFC website. They nuked it, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast doing it, and I was searching for another Pick'em League. We stumbled upon Tapology. We had a very big Pick'em League on Tapology. We called it Goat Milk, and people loved it. When we were doing our fight reactions, people were watching fights that they typically wouldn't watch. People were caring about fights that they typically wouldn't care about, and we had a blast. But it was missing a lot. And your percentages were all mixed with other events. So people were kind of hacking the system, looking better than they should have looked, looking worse than they should have looked. It just wasn't accurate. And you really couldn't talk trash. So we decided to put together the Goat Milk Challenge, MMA-Holes.tv. We decided to make it only for the UFC. So an entire season where you make your predictions and you can actually win a customized belt with your name on it. Now, I'm going to break down this website. And remember, it's completely free, so click the link pinned in the live chat. And I'm going to show you guys, for the first time ever, the brand new customized belt that we've been working on with UndisputedBelts.com. So if you want to make your own belt for your own league or whatever the heck you're doing, go to UndisputedBelts.com and you can create the best customized belt in the world. I'll show you that belt in a little while, but right now, let me break down this website so you know exactly how to use it. It's not complete. Actually, it's far from complete. This website still has a lot that we're going to tack onto it, and I'll tell you about that in this video as well. But for now, let's go through the stages of the Goat Milk Challenge on MMA-Holes.tv, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can make your predictions, how you can do your research, and how you can connect with your friends. So we start off with the top of the MMA-Holes.tv. It starts off with events. When you click events, you have a bunch of options over here. First of all, you drop down this over here, and you can see up until 2016, we have all the events, all the stats that you can check out for yourself. Now, we're currently plugging in all of our streams, and I'm going to show you something very cool in a second. But from 2016 to whenever, we're going to keep on doing more Pick'em challenges, and we're going to collect the data, and we're going to have all the stats for you guys. And if you win a week, you're going to be up in the rafters forever. I'm going to show you that in a second as well. This is a tutorial video for the beginning stages of the greatest Pick'em league that has ever hit the internet, MMA-Holes.tv, the Goat Milk Challenge. So, last year, 2024, if you look at this page over here, you scroll down and you can see all the fight times, you can see all the events, where it took place, and then next to it, you could actually click on the link to our fight reactions. So every single fight reaction that we have done, that we have plugged in on this website, you go to the event and you could see how we reacted to it. Each week that a fight went down, if you click on the latest fight that was Covington versus Buckley, you can see who you got right and who you got wrong. As you can see, I did very well over here, but it shows you the winners. It shows you how the fight went down. You can click on the tail of the tape, and it shows you the actual stats of the fight. It shows you what the community picked and how they picked it, the percentages. It has all the information, the round, the time, the finish, everything is on the stats and will be there forever. And you can check it out over here on MMA-Holes.tv. All the events, click on it. You can see all the spectacular stats that we have plugged in on MMA-Holes.tv. So it's jam-packed with information. If you're doing research on your fights, you can go back and check out how these fights went down with their previous opponents. So that makes it a lot easier to make your picks throughout the prelims all the way to the main card. Also at the bottom, we have a tiebreaker over here, which I'll explain to you guys as well. But on previous events, you can see how you did with your tiebreakers, how close you got to the actual prediction. So like I said, you can go through all these events back to 2016, and you can get it all figured out if you're doing any research on your upcoming fights. Now let's go with 2025. And by the way, there's a mobile version of this as well. You can actually set up a shortcut on your phone where you can just click on it like an app and it sends you right to the page. That's what I did on my phone. If you can see right over here, that is MMAHoles.tv. Boom, 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 boom. It's literally a shortcut. You click on it, it takes you right to the website. So 2025. On this page, the brand new season, it's going to start on Saturday. Now, if you get into the Pick'em League, if you catch this video late and you're a couple of weeks behind, if you're a couple of months behind, no biggie, because you could still win a week and you can still have your name up in the rafters. It's pretty cool. I'll show you that in a second. So much to show you. Now, you scroll on this page. This is the 2025 page, the first week of the season, Goat Milk Challenge. This is the event that's happening this weekend. If you scroll down, you can see all the upcoming events that the UFC has put together. Okay, so up until March of 29, we can look at what's coming up in the world of the UFC. You can also make your predictions for those events as well. But let's talk about this week and how you can make your predictions for the Goat Milk Challenge. You click on UFC Fight Night Dern versus Hebos 2. That says this week. You scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can start from fight number 1 and move your way all the way up. There's a couple of things here that are a lot of fun when you make your predictions. First off, that stats thing that dropped down on previous events, well, that is a tail of the tape for upcoming events. So if you click on that, check this out. You can see the height, you can see the weight, the reach, the age, the stance. You can see these stats over here were significant strikes, accuracy, takedown, all that stuff, sub-average, everything you need over here is in this little drop down, which is really, really cool. And the weight will change, of course, once the weigh-ins happen. It'll have an update on the weight. Right off the bat, you can see over here that here is our community predictions, and the people that have selected their predictions so far have 100% done Nurulov Aliyev. Now, you look at these people over here, and you're like, who the fuck is that guy? Well, that's okay. That's okay, because if you don't know these people, you got their tail of the tape here, and here is the beauty of MMAHoles.tv. Check this out. You click on the actual picture of the fighter, and voila, you have their stats. You have everything. Everything you need. Even if it's an unknown fighter, you can scroll down, you can see their wins, losses, you can see how it happened, you can see what the events they fought on. You can click on these links and go to those events as well. Everything you need for your research is here for you. Also, underneath the fighter, you can hit favorite, and that will put them in your favorite section. If you look on the top, there's a fighter section, which is next to events, and I'll show you that in a second, but it will put them in your favorites. We'll just keep Yanal in my favorites for now, just so you can understand how this works. So in order to enter your prediction, you select the person, and then you have a choice: knockout, submission, or decision. Say if I think this gentleman's going to win, or we could look at it here, or if you want to go by what the community is saying, the community is leaning towards decision in this one. So say, I don't want to do any research. I want to lean towards the community. Let's do some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type stuff over here. You could just say decision. Now you'll have no option to do a round because it is a decision. You could also do submission, and if you do submission, you have a choice to select the round. 1, 2, or 3. Of course, it's a 3-round fight, so there you go. So say submission in the second round, boom, it's locked in. Now, very important over here on this website because it's brand new. After every pick, I like to click save. And the reason why I click save is because sometimes if you click on something here, it may navigate you out of the page and it may wipe out your prediction. This we will change, of course, and we'll have autosave. But until then, just to be safe and to have you not lose your predictions, I just like to tell everyone, just hit save after every pick. It's very simple. You go through and you hit save just so you know it's there, okay? So that's a little tip I'd like to give everyone that's using this website, so you don't make all your picks, you navigate to another page, and then all of a sudden your picks are gone. You're like, oh, who'd I pick? So hit save after every pick over here until we have autosave. That will be fixed very soon. But anyway, you can go through this entire card and do your picks. Go either side and do your picks. In between the fighters, like I said, you have your tail of the tape, okay? And you also have, in between the fighters, you also have the odds. Now check this out. The odds between the fighters, and it's a beautiful thing. If you're confused and you're like, who's the favorite in this thing? Well, here you know, if there's a minus next to the fighter, for those of you that aren't gambling people, minus means the favorite. A minus 200 favorite's a pretty significant favorite over there. So Amanda Hebas is the favorite over Mackenzie Dern. You have their record under their name as well, so you have an idea of what their record is. You have basically everything you need. Now, if you're feeling frisky, you could also do this. You can click on odds between the people, and it takes you over to MyBookie. Now, MyBookie.ag, this is our sponsor. If you go on over there, you get 10% match, and you can make bets as well. So on top of being a prediction king and trying to win our customized belts, you could actually get some action in on MMA-Holes.tv if you click the odds in the middle. So listen, I'm not saying everyone click that, but if you're a degenerate like myself and you like to gamble, well, you go on over to MyBookie, use code MMA-HOLES. Okay, so say you got all your predictions in, right? I'm going to say, all right, let's go for the upset. Mackenzie Dern is going to win by a decision. She's going to squeak it out. Let's say Ponzinibbio. I mean, this is a pick'em fight over here. This is a very tough one. Ponzinibbio is going to knock him out in a second, and you can go down the list over here and make your predictions. Of course, you're saving your picks in between. At the bottom, this is very important. We have something in place that a lot of these pick'em leagues don't have, and you get ties, and it's annoying. We have a tiebreaker. So predicted significant strikes. So say if you think Mackenzie Dern's going to win and she's going to out significant strike her, I don't know, she's going to put 120 significant strikes and Amanda Hebas is going to have 100. Okay, you save that, and now your significant strikes are in as well. So if there is a tie, there's a lot of people playing, there's a good chance there could be a tie. But if there is a tie, if you got the tiebreaker, you win. So it was very well thought out when we put this thing together over here. It's a clean website. It's super simple to use on your desktop or on your phone. It's very, very simple to navigate through. So check it out. You can scroll through, make your predictions. Once you make your predictions, you hit save, and then you go down to the bottom and you do your tiebreaker. That's it. Very simple. It's in for the week. Also, at the top right over here, you can watch it with the MMA Holes. So if you're a fan of the show and you want to see our content, you can click on that link and you can watch along with us. When the event happens, we'll have a scheduled stream and you can actually join us live while this is going on. And let me just say this. This has been an amazing tool that we have added during our fight nights, especially the crappy fight nights, because a lot of times you don't really care about the fighters, but then you find yourself watching from fight number one with guys like this fighting and you have no idea who they are. My mom is into this now. She's very interested in this. My dad does this as well. I'm telling you, people have messaged me and say, hey, my girlfriend is playing this Pick'em challenge and she's watching the fights with me as well. It's a great tool. It's great fun. And I tell you, watch our fight reaction on Saturday and you'll see how this transpires. It's a great way to watch the fights and it just adds another dimension. It makes you root for fights without having to spend any money. Gets you interested in fights that you never thought you would be interested in. If you click on the next section over here, fighters, okay, we have all the fighters on the roster. You have many options over here. You can select it by gender, male, female. You could select it by division. We have all the divisions here. You can go all sorts of divisions and mix it up over here. You could sort by name, first name, last name. You could sort it up over there. There's so many ways to do this. You could show your favorite fighters. And if you check this out, here's the fighters that I put in here. I just recently added this guy in here. This is a very good tool because a lot of times you watch the Contender Series, you see this guy that looks like a phenom, and you're like, wait, hold on a second, I got to remember this guy. Or someone buried on the prelims that has a phenomenal knockout. I'm like, this guy's going to be a problem. You could actually favorite them. This way, when you make your predictions, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. I put him in my favorites. There's also a search filter over here. So if you click on that search filter and you put in what? Dan. And there's all your Dans. There's a bunch more Dans. So Dan Doys. But if it has Dan in the name, the fighter's going to pop up. So that's actually pretty cool. If you put in, I don't know, let's see, Bob. Boom. There's your Bobs. If you put in IS, say you want Israel Adesanya. How do you spell Israel? Well, Israel Adesanya pops up right over there. So all the people have IS that are involved in their name. So there's like filters over here so you can make it a lot easier to find your favorite fighters. And once you click on each fighter, so scroll through over here and say, okay, Adesanya, let's click on him. You have all your stats like we showed you before. And I'm telling you, it has every stat, where they're from, their record, their height, their weight, their nickname, their age, what team do they fight. You have their record over here. We can go back and say, okay, how did Izzy do against Alex Pereira in the second fight in the UFC? You click on UFC 287. And there you go, where Izzy knocked him out in the second round. You got the time over here, and you have everything that happened during that fight card. So you could play around in here, and you're going to find a bunch of hidden gems within the fighters section when you're doing research, or if you want to look into some fighters' backgrounds, you can really do a deep dive on every single fighter on the roster. The next section is the Enter Pick section. When you click that over here, and of course, here's how you do your predictions. So every time there is a week that has a fight coming up, you hit the Enter Pick section, and I showed you how to do that. You make your predictions. And when you load up the website, this is usually what pops up. The next event that's happening, that event pops up over here. If I go back for a second in events, you can go to upcoming events and say if you want to pick for future fight cards, like for instance, the next pay-per-view that's going to happen, UFC 311, Makhachev versus Sarukian 2, you can make your predictions for future events same way as you make predictions on any other card. Let's go on over to the leaderboard. Here's your leaderboard, and this is a very important part of the Goat Milk Challenge on MMA-Holes.tv. Now, let me pause for a second and ask you kindly to hit the like button on this video. Also, share this out there because I would love to get as many people as we possibly can to play this thing, and I want to hear your stories and your feedback. And did you get your girlfriend involved, your wife, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad? Let me know because, listen, we're not making a penny off of this. And we have a lot that we're going to add on. So stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to tell you about the additions that we're putting onto this, the updates that we're adding to this Goat Milk Pick'em Challenge, the MMA-Holes.tv. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the future. But yeah, share this, please. And thank you. So the 2025 Goat Milk Challenge. And you can see it has the people that put their picks in already. You see Blind Beauty has put 14 of 14 picks. You see some people went a little bit ahead and did 28 of 28 picks. This person only did 2 of 14. And if you notice next to their name over here, there's a trophy next to Toddler. Okay, let me explain this. There's an award system that's very interesting and fun. This makes this Pick'em League a lot different than other Pick'em Leagues out there as well. We have awards for you guys. So you don't even have to win the whole thing. You could win 1 week, and a lot happens in 1 week. Let's go. If you click on the top right over here, let's go to 2024. If you look at 2024, look at the top of this page. There's a person named Jeremy Stutz. Jeremy Stutz has won the Goat Milk Championship. Jeremy Stutz won 2024. Jeremy Stutz is the first ever Goat Milk winner on MMA-Holes.tv. So, anytime you click that 2024 and you look at overall on the leaderboard, you see Jeremy Stutz's banner up top. It's never going anywhere. You see his record, and you see that he was the champion that year. So on top of winning the actual Goat Milk strap, a customized belt, an actual belt sent to you, you'll be immortalized on MMA-Holes.tv. Talk about bragging rights. Another thing you could brag about, if you scroll down over here, now this is the entire year, he will have this championship belt next to his name. So you will know, anytime you see this guy, you will know, oh, okay, Jeremy Stutz was an actual champion for the year. That is very impressive. And especially with the amount of people on this website and how many people we're going to add to this website, crazy, crazy bragging rights over there. You'll always have that championship belt. So if you accumulate multiple wins, it'll show you how many belts you have. Also, there is a trophy next to his name as well. You see one trophy next to Jeremy Stutes' name, and you see a couple other people with trophies over here. If you win a specific week on the Goat Milk Challenge, let's look at Covington versus Buckley, see who won that week. And this person over here, Rear Naked, who won that week. Okay, they're up in the rafters as well. And that's the beauty of MMA-Holes.tv. Every single week, you have a chance to have your banner raised and there forever. Let's go back to Royval versus Tyra. And look at this. Jay Cone will be there forever for this event. So if you search Royval versus Tyra and you want to look back and see who won that week, forever they'll be up in the rafters. There is no other Pick'em League doing this. There is no other Pick'em League saying, hey, man, we're going to honor the people that win each and every week, and it's going to be there forever. Talk about bragging rights. Hey, who won that UFC Fight Night Royval versus Tyra? Well, Jay Cone. And if you look next to Jay Cone's name, he's got a trophy. So every time you win a week, you will have a trophy next to your name, and you will be immortalized with the banner. And through your entire experience as a player on MMA-Holes.tv, you will forever have these badges next to your name, and people will look at you and be like, okay, you won a week. Okay, you won a championship. So that's how we honor the people that win on MMA-Holes.tv, the Goat Milk Challenge. So you see he had 12 of 12 picks. Next to it is the point system. Now, the point system is very important to our Pick'em League. Okay, there are a lot of Pick'em leagues that have come and gone. Tapology has a point system. With our point system, it makes it very tricky. It makes it very challenging for you to win this. This is not just a layup where you pick all your favorites and boom, they win each and every week. No, you actually got to get the round. You got to get how it happened, whether it was a knockout, a submission, whatever. You have to get that right in order to get extra points. You do get rewarded for getting it correct. That would be 50 points. A decision is 15 points. Now, the reason why we made decisions so low is because a lot of fights end in decisions, like female fights especially, they're going the distance, right? So if you want to play it safe and you go in decision, you get 15 points. But if you want to take a swing at it, knockout or KO is 25 points. You get 10 extra points if you get knockout or KO. And even more than that, if you pick the round right, it's 35 points. Okay, so this point system makes it very complicated for you to just kind of cheese your way through this and pick decisions and just get wins. There would be a lot of ties and it would just be clumped up like all these other Pick'em leagues. If you notice, there's a lot of ties in these other Pick'em leagues and there's really no challenge to it. So here with this point system, we get to really separate people because you actually got to hit the nail on the head. And don't be intimidated by this because at the end of the day, really, it's a guessing game. Some people don't even watch the fights and put their predictions in and wind up in the top 5 or top 10 in our Pick'em Challenge. Sometimes you could even win by just making some guesses here and there. Sometimes luck is part of this, which makes it more fun. But if you are a hardcore fan of the sport, you do have a little bit of an edge because you know which fighter would do better in certain situations. Also, you have these stats to work with as well. So if you scroll down, you can see the point system over here. And I mean, if you look at Jay Cone in this one, 800 points, he pretty much ran away with this one. He had 12 correct. So he got every single fight correct. He got 2 decisions. He got 4 submission knockouts, and he also picked 2 rounds. So Jay Cone slaughtered Royval versus Tyra in 2024. When you click on all, like I showed you before, you can basically see how you're doing overall for that year. Now, 2024 is complete, so here's your ending, whereas Jeremy Stutes was the Goat Milk champion, and Jeremy Stutes got 13,905 points. MB Saeed had a great run, too, because he had 13,650. He was right behind him. Jeremy Stutes had a whopping 219 correct. Now, this wasn't a full season. This was a test run, half season. 2025 will be a full season. And like I said before, if you do come in late to the challenge, it's okay. Listen, even if you feel like you're out and you can't get yourself the actual customized belt, we're going to be doing giveaways throughout the year. Also, you have a chance to get your name up in the rafters. So there's a lot of things that you can still get within the Goat Milk Challenge, so member up. You click on 2025, a brand spanking new season. No points awarded yet. Saturday it starts. The Goat Milk Challenge. So these are the people that got their picks in already, and we got a couple of people that already jumped in on the Goat Milk Challenge. Look at that. So get your picks in for Saturday's event. If you click on store, it's very self-explanatory. You want to support the MMA Holes on YouTube, you can go over to our store and you can buy some merch. Check out our merch store over there. Shameless plug. Don't need to tell you about that. Just click it, buy some merch. Members. Here is the member section. 450 members on MMAHoles.tv. We didn't even have a full season yet. We barely promoted this thing, and 450 members are playing the Goat Milk Challenge. Now, come aboard. It's completely for free. Once you member up, you can see this page. You can see the people in our community. And let me explain how this works. Sort by. You can sort by profile name or date joined. Filters. You can filter who you're following and who's following you and who you block on MMAHoles.tv. If someone's a prick, you block them. If you click on a specific profile, you have, say, for instance, my profile over here. Go give me a follow. It shows you your followers, 71 followers, 8 following. I didn't block anyone yet. You also have a biography over here where people can get to know who you are. And I wrote my little biography here. Also, it shows you how many titles, how many weeks you've won. I didn't win. Let's just not look at this over here. Let's pretend we didn't see that. Anyway, a 64% win percentage. I have 192 right, 109 wrong. Now listen, let me just say this. Not bad. I always like to say this. If you're playing the Pick'em Challenge for a long time, you want to be 60% and over, and that's a pretty good record. I mean, over 50% is good, right? You got over 50% of your picks right, but 60% and up, that's pretty much good bragging rights over there, especially in the long haul if you've been doing this for years. You can see my following, followers blocked. You can have a profile picture over here. Now, remember, when you put your profile picture in, make sure it's a lower resolution because, I mean, listen, you can put either a GIF or a regular picture there, and you don't want to exceed a certain amount of megabytes. So if it doesn't upload on there, just do a JPEG shrinker, free online, and you can just slide it in, and boom, you have your profile picture. But I would urge you to put a profile picture because there are a lot of things we're going to be adding to this website, and people are going to be following you and wanting to get to know you a little bit better and see how your predictions are doing, especially if you're picking very well. You're going to get a lot of followers on MMAHoles.tv. Say I'm scrolling through over here and I want to follow someone. I'm looking through. I'm like, okay, which member do I want to follow on the Goat Milk Challenge? And I'm looking and I'm looking through and I keep looking through over here. I'm like, who should I follow on the Goat Milk Challenge? Well, here's my dad. And I'm going to click follow. He's got a 63% win percentage, and I'm going to follow him over there. Boom, he's followed. You can hit unfollow as well, and I'm following my pop. If I sort this out by following, boom, now I can see everyone that I'm following. If I sort this out by following me, boom, I can see who is following me. I can click on their profiles and see how they're doing on the Pick'em Challenge as well. And then I can click on blocked, and of course, boom, I didn't block anyone yet, but I'm sure eventually I will. Now, guys, listen. We'll click on UFC 313 at the T-Mobile Arena, March 8th, which is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. If you look at this, the card is not put together yet, but once the card is put together, boom, we're going to have everything inserted for you guys, and you're going to find out who you can predict in that fight. If I scroll on 312 over here, Duplessis versus Strickland 2, I'm actually looking forward to that rematch. And here's your card for there. You can make your predictions for that as well. The Goat Milk Challenge is the answer to every UFC fan's needs. This challenge over here is super simple to use. It's got so much to dive into. And honestly, I didn't even get into everything. This is just a quick tutorial on how to work the website and what you can do. Let me tell you what we're going to add to this website. But before I tell you what we're going to add to this website, let me show you the belt that we're working on undisputedbelts.com. Let me show you this. Now, this is the first time I'm showing anyone this. There it is. Okay, so when you win Goat Milk at the end of the year, we send you this Undisputed belt. Now, this is the concept. I sent it over to undisputedbelts.com. We've actually sent belts out before. I'll show you an old Goat Milk belt. Here's one of the old belts that we had for the Goat Milk Challenge. Actually, my dad won this belt on our Tapology Pick'em League, but you can kind of get an idea of how this looks. I mean, it's pretty sexy, these belts. Okay, so here's the old Goat Milk Challenge belt. This belt is worth a lot of money, and it could be yours from UndisputedBelts.com. But here is the new design that we put together on the Goat Milk Challenge, and Jeremy Stutz is the winner of the 2024 Pick'em League, so he will be getting this belt once it's put together. But that is what the belt is going to look like, and that is what you can win for free on MMA-Holes.tv. And I love the fact that this is a free website, and I'm like really excited to get this Pick'em League going, man. Like I'm fired up. I can't wait to start the 2025 season. Let me tell you guys what we're going to add to MMA-Holes.tv, so what you can look forward to in updates. Now, we haven't really spoken about this much on the channel, but I'm going to tell you it here. This website is not complete. This is just the bare bones of MMA-Holes.tv. We are going to add a live real-time chat. So basically, you guys can talk to each other 24/7 on the website, get to know each other, talk about the fights, strategies. You can talk smack about your records, whatever. Just get to know the community a little bit better. Also, we're going to be adding messaging to the members. So this is going to be very important to add to the Goat Milk Challenge and MMA-Holes.tv, where you can direct message each other and kind of get to know each other a little bit better. The thing that we're most excited about that we're launching on MMA-Holes.tv, that's going to be an update very, very soon, is make your own Pick'em League. That's right. Not only will you be able to do the Goat Milk Challenge and win the actual belt, you're going to be able to make your own Pick'em League on MMA-Holes.tv. So if you're a content creator and you got your own little world that you got going on over there, you can go on over to MMA-Holes.tv. This will be your tool to grow your community, your audience, or this could be something where you can just have a little fun and have your own prizes for. So MMA-Holes.tv will be your one-stop shop for everything UFC. So if you're a UFC fan, or if you're a casual, if you're trying to get someone into it, this will be the place where you can do everything in one spot. MMA-Holes.tv. This is a thank you to the community. This is a thank you to everyone that supported us throughout the 8 years. We've worked very hard. We've dumped a lot of money in this. And like I said, we're not making a penny off of this website. MMA-Holes.tv is for you, the people, the UFC fans out there. So guys and gals, go member up right now. I want to see you this weekend for the Mackenzie Dern versus Hebos fight and the future pay-per-views. I want to give away some prizes to you guys, the people, and who will be the Goat Milk champion of MMA-Holes.tv 2025. We're going to find out at the end of this year. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you drop your comments in the comments section down below. What do you think about the website? If you have any suggestions that you'd like to add on to the site. And I want to know, more importantly, did you guys member up? And what is your member name? And I will follow everyone that tells me their member name down below.